The irony is that we were going to go to Vegas and like gamble a little bit, go to dinner, have some drinks, and then it just turned into just gambling.
All gambling. Men have taste buds on their nutsack.
I don't know why they call them condiments. They don't taste like either.
So today I figured out that coochies come in different sizes. I found this out while I was in the store, and I saw pads in sizes small, medium, and large. But anyway, good intro into this week's Good Enough podcast.
Yeah, that's brutal. I thought you would have known better. You had a sister. Have a sister.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't know anything about my sister's coochie.
Well, you know, you got to do what you got to do.
No.
All right. Well, and per usual, we are back and just starting it off with a real insensitive heater.
Yeah.
Per usual, my name is Phil McCracken.
God damn it. Just keep coming back every week with great names.
And, yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't have a name.
It's okay. And per usual, this is the Good Enough podcast. We got episode 13 today. Intro music. All right, and I would like to... we're celebrating 2 holidays today. Today is National Cake and Cunnilingus Day.
Yum.
So
I didn't know either of those, actually.
Yeah. And well, that's one day. That's one. It's and. Like, that is a singular holiday.
You have to provide cunnilingus with cake.
Yeah. And
Cake
it is
cunnilingus.
also National Reach as High as You Can Day, which I think is a pretty good little intro into we tried to reach way above our capabilities on Sunday, Easter Sunday, and physically exert ourselves to the point of nearly shitting our pants.
Yeah.
And by no stretch of the imagination is that... Wait, I can't talk. That wasn't exaggerated. I'm going to start say that. Okay. Yeah, so for anyone who didn't see on... I think we posted it on Instagram. Maybe it was our personals. Whatever. We embarked as 2 men who don't really work out.
Ever.
Onto a... Well, yeah, I did.
Especially legs. Never.
Yeah, we got chicken legs. And we went on a 32-mile bike ride with Ryan's girlfriend and a coworker, Mark, who pretty much killed it. And we were just dragging ass and in all sorts of pain the whole time. How did you fare? How do you think you did?
Well, first off, I got dusted the whole time.
Yeah, you're kind of the caboose.
Absolutely. Not kind of. I was the caboose.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It was just... I felt like I was underpowered the whole time. People were just flying by with their freaking fit-ass legs, just tree trunks.
Yeah, just old ladies just smoking you.
Oh, yeah. One lady running on the bike trail that she had to be like 65, 70. And she was going so slow. It looked like she was walking.
Yeah.
But the amount of breaks that I had to take, it was like I would pass her, she would pass me. I would pass her, she would pass me.
Yeah,
but
it was a good time.
Still made it to the end, so that was a good thing.
Yeah, we did all 32 miles. I felt like I did okay until... I don't know, mile like... I think one of our breaks was like 23. And then Shelby just whooped my ass up and down that track.
Yeah.
After that, I was just having a hard time keeping up. But goddamn. But for anyone who doesn't know, there's a trail between Folsom, California and downtown Sacramento. And we rode that. And it's 32 miles one way. So God knows.
We weren't going to ride back.
Yeah, absolutely not. And so we just like tried to pillage the streets of a major city in a quarantine on Easter Sunday for food. Got way too full and had to ride the light rail back to the car, which is the plan. But not all things went as planned.
Which leads me into this week's This Shit Sucks. Because while we were on the bike trail, I had... Well, let's backstory a little bit.
Yeah.
The night before, Tyler and I did a little camping excursion in my driveway.
Yep.
Where we each set up our own little camp setups, and
we wanted to go camping, but all state parks and everything's closed, and we're like, well,
and it was Tyler's birthday weekend, so we made do. We had a little campfire and everything. Stayed up pretty late until like 1, drinking beer.
Later than we usually do, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Because we're old.
Yep. And then we woke up somewhat early. Well, yeah, we woke up really early, at
Yeah.
like 6. By the time we hit the bike trail, hadn't taken my beer shits yet. So while we were,
And then just suffered the whole time.
dude, while we were biking, it was just like churning in my stomach.
Ugh.
And I just had like acid reflux. And obviously, you can't do anything about it on the bike trail.
No.
And it only gets worse. But I felt fine. But then as we were on the light rail back,
Which is like a good
at least 30 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say 30.
Felt like an
40
hour.
minutes. Yeah.
I had to shit my pants.
And it was
My stomach
yeah.
hurt so bad. And it was one of those just straight faces, could not move,
Wouldn't make eye contact with me.
couldn't talk, was like full panic mode of I was going to shit my fucking pants.
On public transportation. That's
And Tyler was
absolute-
egging me on to shit my pants in the train for the podcast.
that would have been the most genuine content in the history of
I agree,
Earth.
but
The part that made me laugh
It
super
was
hard
awful.
is when you said that like Shelby put her hand on your back and you got pissed because you almost
Dude.
just like let it slip.
dude, I couldn't do
And
it.
we were still like 15 minutes away from the car at that point. And mind you, it's again quarantine week. Who gives a shit? And Easter Sunday at like 4. I don't know.
Somewhere right in that range.
Probably 3:30. And so you have to find a bathroom once you get off public transportation that's open and unlocked.
It was bullshit
Yeah,
because
that's-
there's a McDonald's right there, and they were not open.
No.
Well, the drive-thru was, but I couldn't go in. So it was like this big ordeal where the time was ticking, and
And your only
I didn't think I was
transportation is
gonna make
to
it.
try to not shit in your truck or like
bike ride.
muster up, after all the miles and food to muster up the energy and willpower to bike ride.
Trust me, I had plenty of energy at that point.
Oh my god, yeah, that's
So I went to the local gas station, and that was all she wrote.
I couldn't even really laugh because I saw how not funny it was to you, and then I was like, oh, he's very, very rarely this serious.
Yeah, that
which,
was...
Which now it's hilarious.
Yeah, so this shit sucks. Having to shit on the light rail because there's no bathrooms, and if you get off, you have to wait another 30 minutes to get back on.
Yeah, and that's gambling that you can find a bathroom at that stop.
True.
So you might have not been in any better scenario.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I had to take a dump one time at a party so bad and couldn't find a bathroom. The one I found was locked that I just took a dump in the yard.
God damn. That's savage.
Dude, I was...
What did you wipe with?
Luckily, I knew... Well,
I knew ahead of time.
We're really
so I
doing
wore
it
2
now.
pairs of socks.
Yeah, I knew what I had eaten and knew that it was so close that wasn't going to be a worry. I was like, this just is about to happen. Like, it's happening.
I get it.
It's happening. And so it happened. I walked out, like, ran into, like, woods
Yeah.
and was just like, well, I shuffled into the woods. And, yeah, just kind of take care of business and then went back inside. Made sure all was well, went back inside, and then cleaned myself up. Thank God there wasn't an actual, like, cleanup to be had, but sweet God. So if that makes you feel any better, I don't think I've ever told you that one, but as a 23-year-old man, I shit at a party.
Damn.
Outside.
It happens, man.
Yeah.
Gets the best of us sometimes, and unfortunately, hey, it's part of life.
Yeah. I'll piggyback here. This shit sucks. I'm going to flex on you a little bit on this one. I'm 2 days into unemployment, and I can genuinely say that a 9 to 5 sucks.
Yeah.
Because I have gotten so much done. Because yesterday was technically my first day of not having a job, and it's been great. My bank account is unstimulated because I haven't got any of the money that I'm supposed to yet, but hopefully that comes in timely fashion.
And you're still thriving.
Yeah, I'm having a great day. I helped my dad with a bunch of stuff today. That's why I'm dressed in rags and just now wiped the dirt off my face and added to my sunburn from the bike ride. But yeah, unemployment's been great. I'm going to take advantage of a little bit of free time before I hop back into... well, there's nothing I can do yet employment-wise because the world's ending, according to some people. But yeah, dude, I'm thriving. Retired marketing, retired poor gamer. I'm just a professional podcaster now.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is I've gotten up earlier and gone to bed earlier. I'm just like in a weird routine of like being productive and like.
And you get more motivated when you get
absolutely.
to pick what you want to do every day.
Yeah, and I'm not God, what am I trying to say? I'm not like backfilling all the things that I want to do or need to do into after work.
Yeah.
So I'm getting them done, like, you know, for lack of better words, like everything's done less good enough and done more. This is how it's supposed to be done.
Yep.
So yeah, it's been really productive. I'm having a great time. And like I said, like we touched on last week, in theory, if everything goes as all the paperwork lines up, I should be making more per week in a couple weeks than I was working about 55 hours a week, 7 days a week.
Lucky position to be in.
Yeah, so if anyone can figure out any conceivable way for Ryan to get laid off and still collect unemployment without getting arrested, please let him know so that we can make this a traveling podcast and travel the country in a van and record podcasts.
Yeah, that'd be tight. All right, let's get back to some questions to get to know each other, or let the fans get to know us.
What sucks is the one primo one I had was what is the weirdest place you've shit, and we almost just covered that on accident.
Okay, well, we will go into that with this one that I was going to ask you, which is, have you ever shit yourself?
Like full blown, just
maybe
bombs
just a little
dropping.
shart.
I think everybody's probably sharted themselves on accident, but I've never actually just like bombs away.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, why'd you ask that question? Hey, Ryan.
I'm just curious.
Yourself?
Yes. I was in 6th grade, Washington, D.C.
Okay.
And it was a bad time. Unfortunately,
you
I
were
was on a
across
field
the
trip.
country.
Yep, cross country. And we basically got fed jail food, which did not sit well.
No.
And
you said 6th grade?
Yeah,
Yeah.
6th grade. And I got sick. Luckily, my mom vacationed out there at the same time, so she came and picked me up. And on my way to the hotel to pick up my belongings, I shit my pants in the car.
In sitting down.
Yep, in my own poo pile. It was miserable. So anyway, yeah, there was that
waffle
question.
stomped your own pants.
Basically.
Oh my God!
Shoes and socks
Cleveland
and all.
steamered a pair of khakis.
Yep. Yeah, I was in khakis too. It was great. 7-Eleven did me well.
Worst case, you're across the country and you shit. Basically, like the lightest pair of pants for a man.
Yeah. Dude, I was like 10, 11 years old or something.
Yeah. That sucks.
Didn't really
it's
matter.
not even funny. Like if you did that, if you shit yourself on the light rail, you would have laughed and been like, well, we're in it now.
Yeah.
That would have been like really, really funny. But then, oh God, I can only imagine like how horrified you were.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
I think I cried.
Yeah, I would too.
But anyway. All right, more real questions here.
Okay.
Since you are colorblind and all,
Yep.
What's your favorite color?
Ooh. Red and green.
Now, what is the difference between red and green that you see?
Okay, I can do the red green. I'm bad at blue and purple. I'm gonna say green. I always said red, but let's switch it up. I have more green things nowadays than I have red.
Okay.
How about you?
Dude, I've never really had a favorite color, but
Yeah.
everything I do now, or everything I wear and stuff like that,
Yeah.
always has black. So I feel like
Dude,
my favorite
I was just
color
gonna
has to
say
be just black.
the only thing I wear, except for like these pants, is all black.
Yeah.
Matches everything, and you can't stain it because we are so low maintenance
Yeah.
that it's almost bad. Varying shades of white and black.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
It makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, well.
On the note of that, the color white brought me to remember AirPod Pros. We are doing a giveaway when we hit 500 followers on our Instagram. So be sure to share this podcast to your friends. Get them over to our Instagram page at Good Enough Pod, so we can do a giveaway for you guys. That's Apple AirPod Pros.
Yeah.
Free to you guys. Anyway, we are going to roll an ad. All right, back into the questions here. If you could live anywhere right now and have it be paid for, where would it be?
God.
Full situation, everything.
Oh, man. That's a hard one. I have really wanted, in the last, week, I've had some, friends that are at the beach and stuff, making little day trips out of this whole mess.
Okay.
And so I think somewhere on the beach. I always leaned towards Ventura. I always thought it was a really cool place before I'd been there. And when you and I went a couple of years ago, it was just so quiet and nice and so low key. And I don't remember if we ever said anything, but used to live in Long Beach for 4 years, and that's cool. And that's kind of, to me, for my limited exposure with SoCal, was the working man's town, but it's still kind of bustling, but it's not a insanely touristy.
Yeah.
To me, I always thought of Ventura as a touristy place that ended up being real quiet.
Oh yeah, it was.
So I would say today I'd probably be in Ventura. What about you?
Got to bring it back to the high-rise apartment.
Yeah.
On the Vegas Strip.
Yeah.
I don't know why that right now would be so fun. If I could do this
right
podcast
now, it would be absolutely
from
garbage.
anywhere,
yeah,
it would be
tight.
in some apartment that overlooks the Strip in Vegas.
Yeah, I think it's just because it's the most Grand Theft Auto.
It's just flashing
movie,
lights, iconic.
It's quite literally a pretty unreal place.
Yeah.
It's just a place that you'd think doesn't exist, and then the fact that people live and get to see it from above is quite literally a dream.
Yeah.
So I totally get that. That makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah. Anyway, those were the questions that I had.
Yeah, that's a super good one. Damn, I didn't write any down today.
Well, in that case, we can move on.
Yeah, we definitely did stock up on some news articles. There's a lot of good stuff that went down.
Yeah.
You have more than me. Do you want to go ahead and start with one?
Sure. We'll start with back to another virtual NASCAR racer. Kyle Larson got fired after sponsors dropped NASCAR driver over racial slur. So
What?
he dropped the N-word with a hard R. And
oh, no. This is a white dude, huh?
This is a half white, half Asian.
Okay, so the two people
I think
can't
Japanese.
get away with that?
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay. Nice.
So
this is on iRacing. So yeah, we've
Yep.
talked about iRacing before and how wild it is. This is the second week in a row. There's a troublesome deal with it.
2 weeks, 2 NASCAR drivers got sponsors dropped.
And Kyle Larson's huge too.
But yeah, with him, it was a little
Wow.
different. The last guy got a somewhat small sponsor dropped.
Yeah.
Kyle Larson got dropped by Credit One Bank, which is pretty big.
Huge.
And then McDonald's, which is humongous.
Yeah, these are... God.
And then, on top of that, got suspended from both NASCAR real racing and iRacing, so he can't even race at home virtually. Lastly, on top of all that, he got fired from his NASCAR team, so now he doesn't have a car to drive in or a career at this moment in time.
Oh, my God. I mean, don't get me wrong, obviously, don't say that. I thought that was pretty much common sense.
Yeah.
But also, you just get angry. Again, another person gets angry. Instead of turning the computer off, they hit a hard R and quite literally destroy
Ruined.
what, for most people, is an anomaly of a career where you're just getting paid millions of dollars to drive a car in circles.
Yep.
Not, I mean, there's obviously more to it than that, but to the average
That's the
person that
gist of
doesn't
it.
watch NASCAR, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, insane.
Yeah, so don't be ridiculous and say horrible things. That's, man, 2 weeks in a row. See if we can go for
Pretty wild, dude.
Who's next?
I don't know.
Ooh. I'll throw one out here. So, kind of piggybacking the unemployment thing. So the man expecting to get $1,700 stimulus check finds millions in his bank account.
What?
Indiana man expecting $1,700 stimulus check received
$1.7 million.
$8.2 million deposited into his bank account.
My God.
He was a nearly broke. He had $200 to his name, a volunteer firefighter who woke up to an $8.2 million surprise when he went to the ATM.
What I want to know is, that had to be a mistake.
Yep.
Are they going to pull it out?
Oh,
or?
they did almost immediately. He reported it. Oh, wait, no, he
Cashed it all out immediately.
Yeah. It basically was out the next business day. But his comment was, "This kind of sucks."
No shit.
He says, "You go from being a millionaire 1 second to being broke again. But hey, once you're poor, you don't have anywhere else to go but up." Which might be the most positive thing to ever be said after having $8 million for a day and not spending any of it.
Jeez.
But he printed the slip and everything. I would just laminate that and put it on the wall.
Yeah.
So
he was
shit
a millionaire.
Shit that sucks. Being a millionaire for a couple seconds.
Damn. Sucks
Yeah.
to suck.
Also, sucks whoever lost their job because they fudged routing number.
Yeah, seriously.
Giving a broke guy $8 million. Yeah, you'll lose your job pretty quick over that one.
Yeah. Another interesting thing that happened earlier today was Amy Schumer changed her son's name because it sounded like genital.
That was almost my intro name, Genital.
Yeah. I think his name was Gene.
Oh, God.
And
First off, don't name your kid anything that your grandpa be named.
yeah.
Because it's not the 40s.
Yeah, so they just renamed him.
What is it? Is it even better? Gene Schumer sounds like genital.
I don't know. It's now... Wait, maybe they changed it to Gene. I don't know.
Whatever. It's gotta be nice.
Oh, yeah. So they changed his middle name. So his first name, his whole name before was Gene Attell Fisher.
Okay, there it
and
is.
now it's Gene David.
So
it's
it's so
Genital
stupid.
Fisher.
How do you...
Bro, Genital Fisher.
You're a comedian and your kid's named Genital.
She probably did it on purpose.
You have to, yeah. Also, don't drink before naming your kids. But also, that's hilarious only because she's well, it's funny. But also, you're a comedian. You have to have something funny.
Yeah.
God, my name's Tyler Watkins, and people call me Twatskin for... That was my login for high school computers, was Twat. You have to have fun with names.
True.
It grows tough children.
Absolutely.
This might be probably my favorite little news article we've done thus far. Kind of based on this whole coronavirus thing, because it's the only news that's in the world at this point, I think.
Yeah, okay.
93-year-old woman goes viral when she tells the internet, quote, "I need more beer." Coors Light dropped off 150 cans of beer to a 93-year-old lady's house. On
I
her
need
porch.
more beer.
We need more. We need more beer.
Beer.
For whoever's listening. So last week, she was in a serious problem. She's quarantining herself to avoid catching the coronavirus because she's ancient and has dust instead of blood. But her beer supply was running low. "I was on my last 12 cans," she said. "I have a beer every night. And you know what? Beer has vitamins in it. It's good for you as long as you don't overdo it." Great logic. I think.
We've all been there.
Take your daily vitamin today?
I didn't.
Me neither. We gotta watch out. Make up for it tomorrow. She said beer contains selenium, B vitamins, phosphorus, folate, niacin, as well as protein and fiber, which is actually true. It's just horrifyingly trace amounts. But she posted a picture on Facebook from her behind glass and it says, "I need more beer" on a whiteboard with a Coors Light can. And Coors Light came to the chase and they dropped off 150 cans.
The F are we doing with our lives?
Which we'll try to get this picture up on the screen here, but tell me that isn't one of the greatest pictures you've ever seen in your entire life.
That's tight.
It's just her.
That's what we need right here.
Yeah.
A stack of beer.
Cases of beer.
Damn.
Which is hilarious. So old people are doing good things other than bitching about stuff and forgetting their kids' names.
Yeah. Speaking of kids and the whole coronavirus thing, brings me to my article.
I don't have any.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Sheltering in place with your ex-wife? Question mark.
I'm just gonna say
Pandemic.
no.
Yeah. Pandemic poses extra challenges for divorced parents. With family court closes because of the coronavirus, child custody arrangements are being tweaked on the fly. Some more amicably than others.
And oops.
Yeah. Whoops. This divorced couple, who divorced in 2014, so 6 years ago, have temporarily moved back in with each other during this pandemic so both can see their son, who's 9 years old.
Can you imagine?
Dude, that is so weird.
I mean, we both have.
I don't really understand why they can't just continue on doing what they were doing.
Yeah.
This family in particular, like they've been divorced for 6 years. They've probably traded off with the kid, whatever, every couple days for the past few years. So, yeah, that's kind of a weird situation, but hopefully it mends something back together.
Man,
I don't know.
Like I said, we have split parents who are fortunately like good relationships with each other. But God, can you imagine if they didn't and they're just like, yeah, let's just move back in.
Yeah, it'd be weird.
There is something real quick I did just see scrolling through my notes here. I think it's today or yesterday. Chico State canceled commencement. They're not postponing anything. They've canceled everything. So there's no online. There's no in person that's pushed back. Can you imagine graduating college and them just being like, you did it. Slap you on the ass on the way out and said, thanks for all the dough.
No, I could not imagine that, because that was one of the most satisfying moments of my college career, was walking in graduation with all of the other kids that I went to class with every day and suffered with and made it through all the miserable nights. But yeah, that would suck.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? They did come back like just a little bit ago and said there will be a virtual one, or you can walk with 2021. But there will, all colleges to this date, to my knowledge, have pushed it back to like a fall.
Yeah.
So that everyone can have that experience, right? You graduated college, dude. That's 12 years of high school, at least 4 years of college, if you're lucky nowadays.
Yep.
And they're just like, yeah, here's a green screen. Take your picture.
Yeah.
That's
Sucks
wild.
For everyone graduating, including Shelby, who is graduating with her master's, and also got asked if she wanted to walk in a virtual graduation.
Which is crazy because
who the fuck wants to do that?
Absolutely nobody, dude. So many years to get
There's
your master's.
no satisfaction.
Especially from such a big institution that's like so, God. Like, she's getting her master's. I don't think she'll care if we mention it. But, like, there's a master's from UC Davis. That's, like, not an easy school to get into, work through, pay for, and she's nailed everything. So I can't imagine not being able to.
Including myself.
Yep. She's worked through and nailed you.
Yep.
But
sucks for her. She's earned that degree. That is for sure. Yeah,
so sorry for anyone. I do know some Chico State people, and if the off chance are listening, I'm so sorry because I went to my graduation just being like, this is something you do that I should probably go to, because I took a long path through college.
Yeah.
And ended up being like, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything. I think we made an incredible trip out of something really cool, and it's it's like a total bummer people don't get to do that.
True. Okay, last article here. In Florida, professional wrestling is an essential business. We are talking WWE.
Is an essential business.
Yeah. The professional wrestling company was deemed an essential business by Orange County Mayor Jerry Demings. And so, therefore, they were allowed to remain open.
So, WWE is a form of entertainment. I would say that's probably like the standard classification. But strip clubs can't be open, which are half restaurants. And you know what they don't get? I was reading today too.
What?
They cannot. Strip clubs hit a weird pocket where they do not hit any form of government assistance. So they're just small businesses who are fully floundering. Not that you can feel your own way about strip clubs or whatever, but the reality is, like, those are independently owned things that, because of their nature of entertainment, don't get any funding, which is wild. But WWE can happen. So a bunch of juiced guys can go put on a bunch of makeup and wrestling masks and go touch each other, but
True.
that's wild. Life's crazy. We're in a weird time.
Yep, we
but
are.
For now, this has been an absolute pleasure per usual. Feel free to follow us on all of the socials. Donate to the Anchor page if you'd like, because we're still half employed as a podcast group. That's anchor.fm/goodenoughpod. Everything's going to be linked in the description, socials, all that fun stuff. Ryan's been streaming on Twitch. That's been a really good time. We're professional gamers as well. Not really, but kind of, because we took first in Warzone, which is a big deal for nobody but us. And everybody who's quarantined on TikTok, because apparently that's like a huge thing. Anyways.
Oh, yeah. Follow us on TikTok.
Yeah, Ryan's famous.
We'll post those in the description as well. I'm absolutely not famous, but that's what we're trying to get to here.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and definitely, thank you, everybody who said happy birthday to me. That was really, really cool. It was kind of a weird quarantine birthday.
And I'm really bummed that Tyler...
I got no dick pics, dude. I'm so excited. Thank you to Kylie, who sent me a countdown for the entire week of my birthday, and every day until she could send me dick pics, and then didn't go through with it because we asked very politely on the last podcast to not, because Ryan was joking and it almost happened. So thank you. I saw no pork swords on the old B-Day, and I'm super happy about that, except for my own. Cheers.
Yep. And lastly, we're just going to keep reaming this into you guys because we want you guys to proceed with it. We are giving away AirPod Pros once we hit 500 followers on our Instagram
Free
at Good
shit.
Enough Pod.
Everybody likes free stuff, and this is literally as free as it gets.
Correct.
I'll hand deliver them to you unless you're insanely far away.
Yeah. So get people over to our Instagram page. Get them to follow us. Get them to listen to our podcast.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's funny. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. And we can continue doing this for more giveaways for you guys and go from there.
Yeah. Thank you to all the new listeners, too. I've seen we got a few lately that have been stoked and kind of catching up on some old episodes, which is awesome. So thank you guys a ton. We'll come back with some guests here shortly. We get the quarantine couch popping here. So thanks, guys. See you as always. And for now, this has been the Good Enough Podcast.
Yay.
Damn it, that wasn't nearly loud enough. I had it on max and it petered out.